right, I'm looking.
6.6 million.
Uh-huh. You just doubled your score, basically. Wow. Oh my. Oh, so that's the secret? That's where all your damage is coming from, basically? And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Knights Revenant, the High Elves, the Dark Elves, whatever you might be. Welcome to today's video in our video gaming division with yours truly, the King of Triple B, where we are yet again playing Raid Shadow Legends. And as you guys may know, as the King of Triple B gods gets the whole game, the 8th day of creation, I have set forth the prophecy as to what I want to accomplish in the foreseeable future in Raid, and one of them is dominating the Hydra. So to stay true to my word, you're gonna be seeing a 2-part series, maybe even more, to dominating, mastering the Hydra. In today's first episode of Mastering the Hydra, I'm gonna be walking through with my clanmates, Ben and Tim, their gameplay and just blowing their mind with the stuff they can do. And you know, maybe part 2, you know, maybe a little bit of it rubs off on me. And before we get into the video, big thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this series. If you're a new player, use the link down below and we're gonna be able to hook you up with Tyrell, of course, with a lot of goodies with that too. And after you upgrade yourself a little bit through your Raid Shadow Legends experience, we're gonna get you Rector Drat. So sit back, relax, we're gonna be throwing a lot of fun Hydra stuff at you this week. And let's see if yours truly gets a little bit better at dominating the Hydra.
Well, you gotta remember, wait, what's your record right now, Ben? Like 400?
Mine or Ben's?
Ben.
Okay, yeah. Mine's like 7 million or something.
No, mine's like, I think I got 50.
Yeah, if you could turn down your gameplay, I'm putting, actually, I can mute it, right?
4.5 million on Nightmare.
Dang, look at that. Wait, so 594 million. And you said a full run takes you an hour?
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't there like diminishing returns at some point? Like at some point it just becomes bragging rights?
Not really.
Okay.
Yes and no. Once you max box,
once the clan gets stronger and we do better, but right now it's kind of, you have to get at least 650 million Hydra Clash points.
Okay, I see. All right.
And as you can see right now, our competitors are already up in the 2 billion range.
Come on, Ben, you're holding us back, man. Come on. Yeah, generally, like I just learned that about the clan boss recently. I'm always learning something. It's like I would always dump my keys on the Nightmare, and I'd max it with 1 key, then I'd throw another one. Then I'm like, wait, what if I just spread the keys out a little?
For Demon Lord, it's, we really need to focus on always getting the Ultra Nightmare down and Nightmare down.
I actually just got my first Ultra Nightmare chest yesterday, but it took me like 5 keys. So, but it's that's another one I gotta. That's my next goal, trying to get like one of those 1 key shots at the Ultra Nightmare. But you know, slowly but surely, you know.
I think Paul was just mentioning that you noticed that you have a 6-star soul on Ninja.
Yeah, I thought I saw a ping right before I hopped in here.
So you really want someone that's good with a single target provoke. One of the heads is provocable.
Okay.
And you really want to keep it under control.
Okay.
You need buff control, so buffs block, buff removal block buffs.
Okay, buff block. Okay, provoke. All right.
You need so there's one head it's called the Head of Torment. There's 2 ways to handle. One, you either want to be under Veil or Perfect Veil, or you need to control his fear, which you actually have someone really good at doing that, Inquisitor Shamail.
Yes, I've been kind of slacking on him.
What he does is if you hit him while not under a veil, you get feared for 1 turn.
Okay.
But if you have your Shamail, you like getting feared because he counterattacks off of that.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, once I start running it myself, I think I'll be able to understand.
We can do a little more. We can do like which one's which.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for it.
The Head of Decay is an a-hole.
Okay, I like that already.
He's the one who needs to be provoked because he will do the remove all debuffs from all heads, then fill the turn meter of all heads by 30%.
All right. Okay. And on the agonizing jaw, or what part are we looking at? Or just in general?
This is the breakdown of the heads here.
Okay.
But so the Head of Decay, he has the Speed of Decay, which basically is a cleanse and a turn meter buff, turn meter boost. He also has this thing called Rotten Ward, which basically puts a life barrier on head. If it's not broken, and basically if that shield is not broken before it expires, it will full heal the head that is on.
Torment's the fear head.
Okay.
The one I was explaining.
All right, so that's what the Inquisitor Shmail you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Or the alternate one is a veil.
This one, basically, Head of Torment, he has the Almighty Torment. Basically, you hit him, you get True Fear unless you're under Perfect Veil, or you have Inquisitor Shmail. Mischief. This guy is another a-hole. So this guy, you have to have a Hex on him in order to reliably attack him. Otherwise, he's got a 75% chance to redirect you to attack another head, which sometimes you don't want.
Yeah, I can see that. So it's sort of like Alternate Death Knight kind of does that, right? Where he kind of redirects attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when he basically steals your buffs, except for Veil.
All right.
And then he has a buff spread. So if you have a lot of buffs that are unprotected and things that he steals,
okay,
he will then give them to everyone. So if you have like a block damage out, then no head to take damage once they all get block damage on them.
Yeah, I haven't been looking out for that. It's like the first time I'm really looking through this kit with you guys. I just kind of going YOLO.
Thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
The Head of Wrath is a big bully. He has a counter on him that gets up to 15, and then he basically does an explosion for massive damage. He also gives himself attack up. And he will place a provoke on your team.
Okay.
So,
Suffering.
Suffering. This is the tanky boy of the heads. Not an ideal target generally, just because he has the highest amount of defense.
Okay, so you're not going to get much damage on him.
Health.
Okay.
He puts out another thing to note. When the Head of Wrath explodes for massive damage, he also puts a reflect damage buff on himself.
Okay.
So watch out for that. If you don't have block buffs, you will end up killing yourself.
That's no
really
fun.
fast.
All right.
Which Head of Suffering also does a reflect damage. He does a provoke, and he puts out an ally protection on all the other heads. So he's really easy to deal with. Just put a block buff on him, and you're fine.
Okay.
Head of Blight.
This guy is my personal least favorite one. I hate
This is another one of the a-hole ones.
You haven't said many nice things about all of them. They're all a-holes, aren't they? Except maybe the last one we just talked about.
Pretty much.
This one, he's going to basically put out a Poison Cloud buff.
Okay.
Which means every hit is a weak hit.
Oh, I see. All right.
And it really
so you want to make sure that you have a block buffs out to prevent that. He does massive amounts of poison and stuff like that, but his big thing is
the cloud.
Poor alignment of when the poison clouds come out, or the poison cloud comes out. Because if someone has been devoured while you have a poison cloud out, good luck trying to get that person out unless you're just doing massive damage.
An alternative to poison cloud is if the head is under an active HP burn, it loses its effect. Like it's still there, but it does not.
And you can cleanse it too, right?
No.
Oh, you can't cleanse it. Okay,
this is a poison cloud.
You can block it, but you can't cleanse
on
it.
the heads. It's a buff on the heads.
I see. Okay, I see.
Not strippable.
I see. All right.
So you either block it from coming out, period, or you put an HP burnout to keep the poison cloud from being active.
I see. All right.
Let's go look at the champions here first.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Who I have as my lead. She is a faction unity.
Okay.
I currently do have her in the 9-piece protection.
All right.
As you can see, I also have her built really fast.
Man, I'm jealous of all your ascended gear.
Let's bring this up. So she's got a lot of defense, a lot of health, and a lot of resistance.
Wow, wow, wow. All right.
She's basically a buffer, and with the faction unity, so for each buff on an ally with this team, is going to grant a 5% ignore defense. When a buff expires, stolen or removed through any means, basically, you get a 10% turn meter boost. And if someone attacks out of turn, they do 25% more damage.
Okay. All
Plus
right.
the base 3% turn meter for gaining a buff.
And how many allies of this? Elves, right? How many of them are you bringing in for this? So you're getting the full benefit of that? Okay, 4. All right.
So it's her and 3 others.
Perfect. All right.
Ability that she uses all the time that's going to be benefiting everyone is this. Or grants an extra turn, does a cleanse, and the buffs can't be removed.
Ooh.
So they're all locked.
Maybe
this
I'm
is
wrong.
basically Trenda's move.
Okay.
Because this is 99% of the times going to go to Trenta, unless I need an emergency situation to get something else, someone else to do something. Because this, if the target of this skill is not this champion, reset the cooldowns of all of that target's skills. So if you see her in a pool or something like that, I recommend going for her.
I'll get $10,000 minimum, right?
She is my favorite character or champion in this game.
In the entire game? Wow. Okay.
Because with this toolkit, or you get a 20% speed to everyone and 15% crit for elves, that means I can build my elves with 55% crit rate and they'll be crit capped.
Man, well, if she ever does get in a pool, let me know. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Right now I'm just using Night in the Cage just because it's supposed to help protect buffs, but there's no real other reason for that. It does do decent damage sometimes. Currently running the relic where you get 15% more from turn meter, or actually 21% more. Next I have Bellinor. Currently I'm considering changing him over to like a Merciless build, but he's basically my debuffer and damage dealer for decreased defense and weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he does do some strong damage.
Okay.
Another thing when it comes to masteries on everyone, you're going to notice that I am running offense tree on everyone to try to maximize damage.
Sure.
And
All
Duchess,
right.
the newest addition to the team, because I got tired of Bellinor being one shot by the Head of Wrath and not having a way of rezzing him, so I brought her on to res, but she also does give me the perfect veil and a block buff to the team.
Ooh, all right.
Also, her passive is pretty strong in that it gives a 15% damage reduction to everyone.
Great. Okay.
Just for her being alive. And I currently have her in emergency heal because her A1 puts a shield on herself and on someone else. So when the shield on her gets broken, she gains a small heal of 6%.
Beautiful.
Just to try and help keep her alive. I also do have her built out in 9-piece protection.
Damn. All right, you're stacked.
Trunda's damage is probably the best pound for pound damage dealer in the game.
Okay.
Only got 308% crit damage and 5,900 on the attack.
Okay. Crit damage.
I only have her at 75 because she's gonna have the crit damage buff, the crit chance buff.
Okay.
Pretty much all the time. So taking advantage of that to try to boost other things. Again, I have her in Thumb Slasher to make sure she gets through more defense, and currently have her in Heavy Cast because she's not 6-star Awakened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would have her in Crushing Rend. Her busted ability is this one, the Click of Aegis. Basically, you smack a decapitated head, and it basically just does a ton of damage to everything. Deliana, was a free login champion. She is currently my Hex, and I also have her in a 4-piece Merciless to help reduce the cooldowns on her. As you can see, the 30% chance to decrease the skills
when dealing damage, all right.
And 50% chance to place an Hex debuff. She basically also does provide a lot of survivability in the leech that she puts out, which is necessary. And she is my block buffs. It's a long cooldown of 4 turns. But that's why I have that, and also sometimes we'll use the reset from Fina on her. But this also does a base heal to the team and just provides extra turn meter. Strategos Islan. He was a fusion champ, which is why I have him, because I did the fusion. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have him.
Man, all right. These champions look awesome.
But he is my provoker. So on his A1, he has a 50% chance to provoke on each hit. It ups itself to 50% when he's doing counterattacks, though. He also has a buff reducer on his hindrance here, where it basically has a 1 buck to 100% chance to decrease the duration of all buffs by 1 on the enemy, and he puts a decreased speed. Really interesting ability here. Basically puts out ally protection and increased defense on everyone, but then he puts out a counterattack and shield on himself. But when he gets hit under an ally protection from him, he ends up healing everyone. He heals himself and everyone else.
Okay.
So for every 500 defense on him, he will heal himself by 1%, and then the allies, people under ally protection will take 30% of that. So right now he is built out with 6,300.
Well, I'm still trying to get, because like in other games, I kind of have a grasp like what the average speeds are. Like, what is a good speed in this game? Like, what's kind of like the ceiling in this game?
So for the ceiling is in Arena, where you have people running arbiters that are over 400 speed.
Oh god, yeah.
Actual speeds you need is generally be faster than the boss.
Okay.
You want your buffers and debuffers and all them to go first,
So let's see how the
go ahead and
sausage
get
is
this,
made. All right, let's get to work.
All right, so let's buff up. Now that we're all under veil,
There we go.
he's
All
not
right.
fast. So we're gonna go and put out the block buffs. These the only weak affinity. So
So what's your order of operation with the heads? Like, who do you like to target first, or do you just kind of just spam all this
right now,
daily
since
damage?
I have a hex on Mischief, he's the easiest to kill.
Okay.
He's the
So
by
I'm
far-
I'm trying to get him down so I have a stump exposed to start wailing on.
Okay.
However, if okay here decides to be a annoyance, then we'll have to go for him. But
the two
so I
weakest-
generally go for I wait for Wrath to be in a good spot where I don't have to worry about other things. If I'm under Veil, I can Torment here.
I just call him the feared head because he, with the fear.
There we go. Got the Provoking just in time to prevent him from wiping all our buffs, or all the debuffs.
Man, I'm so jealous of all these locked buffs, man. Great.
All right, there we go.
All right, so decapitation. So what happens with the decapitation?
So when they're decapitated, they take 200% damage.
Okay, so you want to target them, right?
Yeah, I want to target him with a special move right
Okay.
now.
And how long do
I
they
mean,
stay
generally, you just want
decapitated
to
for?
wail on them to a point. But all right, so now that he's taking a turn, he's already got Provoke out. I can use my other abilities to basically slow them down.
Trumpet time. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Actually,
Okay, let's see this.
Make this one time speed. Now look at the number here.
All right, I'm looking.
6.6 million.
Uh-huh. You just doubled your score, basically. Wow. Oh, my. Oh, so is that the secret? That's where all your damage is coming from, basically?
And then I just reset our cooldowns.
Oh, my. Okay, all right. Let's see this again.
Now,
All right. You're going to do it again?
We got decreased
14
defense. We can look
14 mil.
Okay, let's see this. Oh, wow. Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Oh, my.
less
Okay.
turns means slower time.
All right.
And devours what ends up ending your runs. most
Now,
of the time.
what you just saw there is the Head Up Light just tried to use his Poison Cloud,
Okay.
but because of the block buffs,
block
it
buffs.
was not able to be placed.
I see. Nice. Okay.
Also, decapitated heads cannot gain buffs. So anyone that grants buffs if the head's decapitated, it will not give the buff.
Okay. Nice. Good to know. Good to know.
All right, so clean you guys up. Once this has actually accept my click,
Mhm.
reset you. All right,
All right. Let's see it. Come on. How much damage?
38.3. Oh, what do we get afterwards?
45. Oh, I overshot it. It's still good, though. All right.
All right, so you're.
Boom. Get wrecked.
So we'll go to at least the point where he gets devoured, and we'll see about taking care of him. And then from there, it's basically just the rest
Now,
of
is
the
there any
fight.
way to get the guy back that's
Essentially.
being devoured? Like, you know, I don't know if you played the Crate Dragon Raid, but when someone gets eaten, you can kind of retrieve him again.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Boom.
It gets every time one gets devoured, it gets a little harder to get him back next time. You'll see what that's like in there.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to hit the Stump of Mischief because that's going to have the lowest defense on
Okay,
it.
let's do it. Boom! Dang! Oh, gosh. Oh. Now, is she good at any other game modes, or is Hydra just where she shines the most?
She definitely shines the most in Hydra.
Okay.
Also, another thing to note is you'll see the Terminator bars appear, and then you'll see this 1 on this here, or 2 here, and a 2 here, and a 1 here.
Okay.
This is their respawn timers.
I see. All right.
So they start out with 2 turns, working up their turn meter. Like this one's about to respawn.
Okay. You're killing this thing, man. we go. All
Yeah,
right.
there's your double respawn.
There we go. Okay.
Yep. So that one's turn meter. That one's basically what got beat down. So we have the cleanser back. So we want to make sure we control that. Alright, so now I can't put a block buffs on him because he has a poison cloud. So that means I want to beat down the head of blight before the head of blight gets a chance to, or before he gets a chance to get the 15 counter and then have block damage, because I don't want block damage. I mean, not block damage, but reflect damage. That'd be very, very bad for me.
Yeah, especially the damage you're dropping. Holy cow.
I mean, once she's dropping that, she is under a block damage buff.
Okay.
But, for everyone else, like
Yeah.
Bellanor and all that, it gets to be a little more precarious.
All right, let's go.
All right, 76.6 to 80.
That's it. Come on, you can do better than that.
But now it's off cooldown.
There we go.
There's an eat.
All right. So how do you get him
All
back
right.
now?
So this is a little precarious because he's the one that explodes when you hit him.
Okay.
I want to make sure that the buffs don't get debuffs don't get stripped off. So we're gonna do that, and then we got our block buffs here, which is good.
It's you gotta deal a certain amount of damage to him, but within a certain amount of its turn.
Yeah. So we gotta
Which-
do the amount of damage, or does it say on the thing?
I don't think so.
No.
Now, did they change it where his belly's like bloated, basically? Like the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, these little details. Wow. I never really
So
fully
see,
appreciated it. Yeah.
Bellanor kind of in there struggling while the rest of them are.
Yeah. That's wow. I love those details.
Yeah, you get them back quickly because Ben does a lot of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so Fina, when she has the 3 stacks of that little lightning charge around her, does a decent amount of percent health damage.
Okay.
But even if I didn't, I still have Trenda
There we go. Let's go. Bring the
with an open
boom.
exposed head or stump.
There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Bring the boom. 96 mil. Wow.
Now this is well above the what's needed for 1 key right now.
Right. Yeah.
Because the 1 key is only at like 39.
Yeah, but you're.
But in order to actually get the Hydra class, you have to do ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah. Like
But since we've gone through the whole digestive things, and you've seen basically every mechanic this has that literally throw at you.
Yeah, it's
you
I'm
want
looking at this and I'm like, man, do I even
work
have
on
any of
your
these things? Oh man, yeah, this is great. This is so cool. It's I appreciate you walking me through all this here, and I'm thinking about like the key lessons here. I'm like, man, do I have someone like Trunda that can hit that hard? I don't know. And that's going to be all for today, my friends. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot of damage.
No, that's a lot of damage.
And you know what? I think next time we meet up, we're going to see if I can get some good scores on the board. So leave that like, comment down below, subscribe. Be sure to download my link down below if you have not played Raid Shadow Legends already to hook yourselves up with Tyrell if you're a new person, getting some goodies. And of course, as you move along in Raid Shadow Legends, we're going to get you a Rector Drath as well. Stay fresh, my friends. Stay clear. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.